is a champion, the miserable pile of pixels.
Hello summoners and welcome to my top 10 champions for the patch 6.10. First of all, I want to apologize for this video coming slightly late, as I didn't realize that this would take more time than I expected, as well as the fact how fast the new patch 6.11 came out, but I'm pretty sure these 6.10 picks are quite good for the later patch too. So I'll count down the best champions for the patch 6.10, as I will be having 2 entries per role, 2 mid laners, top laners, junglers, marksmen and supports. My name is Hepodix and hope you enjoy the video. Jinx's spot in the list might be surprising, but here's the catch. In the patch 6.10, her first ability Switcheroo got adjustments so that the base attack speed value is higher within Fishbone's stance, but the penalty bonus attack speed has been reduced with 10%. This might sound debatable, but it has translated to a good performance, resulting both higher play rate as well as win rate on Jinx. On top of this Switcheroo change, she's a very strong marksman within right hands, as you need to have a great position and good aim in order to truly be successful with her. Echo is a champion that has been in an interesting position for some time due to its strange but popular playstyle choices. Instead of a regular ability power Echo, players intend to make him very tanky as he keeps dominating the top lane. Even though you're buying tanky stuff for Echo, such as Iceborne Gauntlet or Abyssal Scepter, he can still dish out a lot of damage because of the passive from Parallel Convergence. Also, his ultimate, Chrono Break, lets him absorb much more punishment, as you can restore tons of health back and still be in the fight just fine, as well as the Parallel Convergence active makes up excellent teamfights when the stun hits multiple targets successfully. Also, no recent patch changes to him, but he's still super viable as a tanky AP hybrid. Ahri is an amazing mid laner who can provide good pressure across the rift. She deals great magic damage output, as well as the mobility that comes from the Spirit Rush makes her a scary threat to other lanes, as you can gank them with ease. However, she didn't get any direct changes in the patch 6.10, but her overall kit and how she performs at the moment makes her quite the deadly nine-tailed fox. Maokai is another interesting top lane choice, as he used to be in the jungle more popular back in the day, but things now have changed. Maokai in the top lane is quite strong because he doesn't have issues versus that many opponents, as he can sustain nicely with the passive sap magic, and his ultimate Vengeful Maelstrom makes him very tanky. He can also poke the enemy with Sapling Toss, as well as crowd control them with Arcane Smash, while Twisted Advance roots them to the ground, and while traveling he becomes untargetable, which overall combined makes Maokai without a doubt an excellent top lane champion to play as. He wasn't adjusted in the patch 6.10 either. Taric is the master of gems who had his reworked some patches back, and he's become quite viable in the support area. His abilities are fixated into the Bastion, as he can heal and shield himself and the ally his Bastion marked, and even chain stun by using Dazzle, although it won't stack if the both stuns hit the same target. Also, his ultimate Cosmic Radiance works with the Bastion, as the allies will become invulnerable to damage for 2.5 seconds, which kind of reminds me of Bard's ultimate because of the immunity factor given. Overall, Taric has gotten back to the support game quite nicely because of the rework changes applied to him, and Taric didn't get any patch 6.10 changes except Brighter Particle for his ultimate, so players can notice it better. Nidalee has become a very popular jungler lately as she can make quite good ganks all around. Her situation kind of reminds me of Echo's because the style players go with her is more bruiser type rather than pure ability power Nidalee, and that actually works quite nicely for her. Nidalee didn't get any changes in the latest patch, and overall she's quite dependent to hit those javelin tosses in order to be truly viable when talking about the real success of the best style huntress, and she is very mobile too, so you can go from place to place very quickly and do those ganks often. Zyra is one of the mages that got overhauled in the big mage update, and she's truly become an amazing support for now. Her damage output is insanely high because she will spawn a lot of those plants and therefore can apply a lot of pressure even with lower ability power in her arsenal. It's also easier for her to trigger the plants because of the bigger hitboxes within her first and third abilities, and they also block skill shots, so overall she's really frustrating to lane against and works always if you want to go truly aggressive playstyle. Zyra got a minor nerf to her passive in patch 6.10, as players can step the siege now 1 second after spawning, up from 1.5 seconds, as the rampant growth siege will remain at 1.5 seconds. Kindred has been amazing jungler for a longer time, and personally I keep banning this champion all the time because of Kindred's scary presence across the rift. Kindred didn't get any patch related changes and can deal extraordinary damage with abilities because the passive mark of the Kindred lets you stack infinite amounts of bonus damage, as one stack equals 1.25% of the target's current health, and when you get several of these stacks you become quite the monster nonetheless. Kindred's ganks are also excellent, as well as jungler clear time is quite solid, and on top of the good stats and abilities, that ultimate Lamb's Respite is really useful in skirmishes and teamfights, as it denies allies and enemies from dying and even heals at the end of its duration, and that kind of reminds me of Tryndamere's ultimate, but an AoE version instead, which is kind of preposterous. Malzahar is another reworked mage that got changed in the big mage update, and he's still quite amazing to pick up and play. In the patch 6.10 he got an cooldown increase to his passive Void Shift in early levels, and the passive itself is one big reason he's insanely strong, as he can be immune to crowd control and takes 90% reduced damage while it's active, so it's reasonable that it got nerfed some. Malzahar can also spawn a ton of Void Links with his new Void Swarm ability, as the old spell got integrated into his ultimate Nether Grasp that deals a big load of damage, which all combined makes him an excellent choice in the mid lane. Lucian is in my opinion the strongest champion and marksman for the patch 6.10 because of few reasons. He can trade versus most of the matchups even though he lacks of auto attack range, but with his relentless pursuit, Lucian can reposition himself all the time, which makes him quite mobile as well. But the bigger reason for his success is his new way to buy items, where you get Yumu's Ghost Blade and Black Cleaver that makes him power spike faster, and he doesn't fall off against tanks because he's able to kite extremely well because of the cooldown reduction and better durability. Lucian didn't get any changes in the patch 6.10, but I'm pretty sure there will be a fallback to him sooner or later because of his insane viability at the moment. Okay, so that covers up the top 10 champions for the patch 6.10, hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe for more League of Legends and other gaming related top 10s to come, as that'll be my main focus for the future being. That's it for this video, my name is Hepodix and have a nice day.